Do you ever feel like a loser because you're dealing with social anxiety? No need for that. And we're gonna look at that and address that and hopefully shift it around a bit today in this video or on this podcast, depending on where you're getting this information. So my name is Sebastiaan. I am a former social anxiety disorder sufferer, social confidence coach since 2009. I've been doing this a long time, and I specialize in using energy psychology, in particular EFT tapping, to help people overcome social anxiety. I run a social confidence club. It's closed for registration, but within that club, a big element, a core element of the social confidence club is live coaching. So we do that on Zoom. I've got my whole screen full of people that are suffering from social anxiety, and we're all working towards the same goal. And we then work through various issues that pretty much everyone can relate to. And so often I work with a volunteer, and I'll have a chat with that volunteer, and we work through the anxiety that's there in the moment. My volunteer, my client, calms down. And this week we were talking about acceptance. And I told the group and the guy I was working with, look, we don't just have the primary problem of social anxiety, we actually have a secondary problem. And that secondary problem is our upset about the social anxiety and our judgments towards ourselves for dealing with this problem. So, do you have any judgments? I asked him, and he said, well, yeah, it makes me feel like a loser. And so I said to the group, and imagine I have a group of a whole bunch of people in my screen in Zoom, and by now most of them are actually on camera, because inside our club we have some club rules, and club rule number one is social anxiety is not a secret here, because we're all on the same page, right? So many people have their cameras on, and we welcome anxiety because we're building a different relationship with it while we're simultaneously chipping away at the causes of it so that it completely goes away over time. So I asked the group, if you can relate to this feeling of being a loser, raise your hand. All the hands went up. And we also have people that are attending these live coaching sessions, but they don't feel comfortable enough yet to be on camera. They either use their real name or they just use an X, but we don't see their faces. But in Zoom, you also have an option to raise your hand. So all the hands went up there as well. So a very common issue. So I thought, okay, great. We'll tap with the group. So I guided my volunteer, my brave client, through a bit of tapping on shifting the idea and shifting the emotions connected to I'm a loser because of this social anxiety. And I thought to myself, this will be very helpful for people that are watching my YouTube or podcasts as well. So we're gonna do the same. We're gonna do a bit of tapping on this idea that you're a loser because of social anxiety. So it's very easy. Simply follow along with me. If you've never seen EFT, it's a simple tapping technique that reduces negative emotions and shifts limiting beliefs. Check out other videos for the science behind it and why it works and how it works and so on. But basically, monkey see, monkey do. Tap where I tap, say what I say. That's all you need to do, right? So let's start out by tuning into the problem. So maybe just close your eyes if that tunes you into it better. And I just want you to say, I feel like a loser because of my social anxiety. Or I am a loser because I have social anxiety. And then rate how true that feels to you on a scale of 0 to 10. Now, you might actually feel emotions in your body as you do this. You might feel shame, you might feel frustration, you might feel anger, you might feel all sorts of emotions. Or, it kind of feels true to you, but you don't really feel much actual emotions in your body. That's okay too. Just, you can get a rough rating, If I say, my name is Sebastiaan, that feels really true. If I say, my name is Brenda, that feels like nonsense. So say your name, if you have trouble rating, say your name out loud, my name is, boom, that's 10 out of 10 true. Say something that's complete nonsense, my name is, and make up a name, and see what the difference is, and then say the statement again, I am a loser because I deal with social anxiety. And you're going to get a rough rating. Doesn't really matter. We can do it without the rating as well, but it's interesting to see because you can then measure how you feel before this and how you feel after this. Okay, so assuming you've got your number, just start tapping on the side of the hand right here and simply follow along. Say what I say, do what I do. Okay, deep breath. Even though I have this social anxiety problem, and it makes me feel like a loser, I see others that don't have it, and I notice that I do have it, and it makes me feel less than them. It makes me feel inferior. And it makes me really judge myself as a loser. And all of that is going on. And it's causing me to suffer even more than I already do. And I want to find a way to be a bit more compassionate towards myself. Even if that seems really difficult right now. Good, on the beginning of the eyebrows. I'm a loser because of this social anxiety. Side of the eyes, I shouldn't have it. On the eyes, it's so pathetic. On the nose, I'm so upset that I have this. Chin, I shouldn't be dealing with this. Collarbone, why am I still dealing with this? Under the arms, it's so weak. Liver point, I shouldn't be having social anxiety. Wrist point, I so look down on myself because of that. Top of the head, I really reject myself because of this social anxiety. Beginning of the eyebrows, it's so disgusting. Side eyes, I hate that I have this problem. On the eyes, and why am I tolerating this? On the nose, it should be gone already. Chin, it means that there's something wrong with me. Collarbone, that I'm broken. Under the arms, that I'm a weak, pathetic loser. On the wrist point, it really makes me judge myself. Top of the head, and I release all my resistances and aversions to giving up that judgment. Beginning of the eyebrows, I should judge myself to be a loser. Side eyes, I should be really hard on myself. On the eyes, I should beat myself up because of this. I don't know, it's so helpful. Chin, it really helps my social anxiety to beat myself to the ground. Collarbone, it's such a confidence booster. On the arms, I should be even harsher on myself. Liver point, then I'll feel even more at ease around others. The worse I feel about myself, the better I feel around others. Beginning of the eyebrows. So I'm going to keep beating myself up. Side of the eyes, I'm going to keep calling myself a loser. On the eyes, but is that really true? On the nose, am I getting anxious on purpose? Am I really in control when in that split second the anxiety gets activated? Collarbone, or is it something that just happens? under the arms, and it's outside my control, liver point, and it's causing me to massively suffer. Wrist point. If someone I love would be dealing with this, if someone I love would be dealing with this, just think about someone who you love who could be dealing with this. Imagine that they're dealing with this. Top of the head. Would I want to judge them harshly and kick them to the ground? Beginning of the eyebrows. Would I be saying you're such a weak, pathetic loser? Side eyes. What would that do for that person that I love? Under the eyes. Would it make them feel better or worse? Under the nose. I wonder what would happen if I started being nice, kind, and caring to myself. Collarbone. And I release all my resistances and aversions to doing that. And I release all my emotional attachments to all of the reasons why I can't or won't be nice to myself. Besides, society agrees that I'm a loser when I feel uncomfortable or anxious. Wrist point. But do I want to listen to their judgments or mine? Top of the head. I release all my emotional attachments to I'm a loser because of social anxiety. Beginning of the eyebrows. It's the cards that I've been dealt. Side of the eyes. I'm suffering with this problem. On the eyes. There has been trauma or difficult times that caused this. On the nose. And now I'm in the process of recovering from it. Chin. What if I respected myself for doing the work? Collarbone. I want to be more compassionate towards myself. Under the arms. It might be what I'm dealing with. Liver point. But it doesn't define who I am. Wrist point. I'm the person who's choosing to deal with this. Top of the head. And I choose to respect myself for that. And treat myself with compassion. Without judgment. Right now. Deep breath. Good. Hope this has been helpful. Check in with your number. Say it again. I'm a loser because I have social anxiety. Check in to see what happened. Is your number stronger? There can only be a couple of things that happen. Either it feels stronger, you're more tuned into it, simply more tapping is the solution. Either it didn't change, small percentage of people, but that means that there's resistance to shifting that belief. For some, it will feel less, lighter, more at ease, less serious. And for others, it doesn't feel true anymore. And for others, different emotions have come up. But it's likely that things have shifted for you. So what's been your experience? just put it down below in the comment section, and I'll give you some feedback on what your experience has been. And there's no right or wrong thing that you can write in the comment section, okay? This is not a judgment call. It's just you're gonna write down what your experience was, or what your experience has been. Is it do you feel worse? Do you feel the same? Do you feel better? Does it not feel true anymore? Do you feel something else, or have other things come up for you? Write it down in the comment section. I'll be there to answer and give some insights and so on. Okay, so hope this has been helpful. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button wherever that is. I'll figure it out one day. And if this was very helpful for you, maybe share the video with someone who could benefit from this as well, someone who's dealing with social anxiety. Okay, so this is Sebastiaan from socialanxietysolutions.com. Bye for now.